Hello, my dear friend. If you think that the people around you do not show you the respect you deserve, this video is for you because many people actually deserve respect, but due to some wrong behaviors they cannot receive that respect from the people around them and they get very upset. If you are ready, I want to tell you about these behaviors. First, I want to say this. Giving excessive details about your life. For example, you are in a relationship. There may be some intimate details that I need to tell. Sometimes, if you do not talk about difficult events except the people you are very close to. If you tell every detail about your life to everyone, everywhere, without any reason, this may be interpreted by other people as you expecting attention. Of course, we will have close friends and people with whom we are in a relationship with whom we will tell every detail of our lives, but if we tell everyone, this may cause me to be ignored and offended by other people. Another issue is actually sharing excessively on social media, constantly sharing what you eat and drink, sharing every detail when you go on vacation. Well, the coffee you drink 3 times a day. Sharing, that is, sharing so much, can be interpreted by the people around you as an attempt to see me. In fact, you feel worthless and you behave like this to make other people see you. This again causes a message to those around me. I do not respect myself, I feel worthless. The perception that I demand this from you, but respect is like this. The more respect you demand, directly or indirectly, the less people around you give it to you. Another issue related to social media is that using filters while sharing our photos has become very common these days. I don't see any problem with this, but sometimes excessive use of filters can be ridiculous. Again, at some point, it can cause us to receive less respect from the people around us. There is a main principle of respect. The more you respect yourself, the more you think you are a respectable person. People around you also learn this from you. But you, for example, I don't like my own situation. In fact, you give the message, I need it, by using filters. It actually gives the following message to other people. So, Behan is a person who does not deserve to be valued. In fact, even if those people are not enemies of us, they may start to despise us even if they do not despise us. Another issue is to give excessive emotional reactions to the events and negative events we experience. Of course, emotional reactions when we experience negative events. This is a very natural thing, but if we do it excessively and in every situation, this is again one of the behaviors that prevent us from being respected. The most common example of this is a person who turns every event into a tantrum. You are experiencing tension in traffic. Do you suddenly get excited? If you are in such a show of anger, this is actually a secret sign. It can be a sign of insecurity and this should be avoided. Of course, there may be moments when you may experience this, but I think it is very important not to be like this in every situation. Now, I think it can be fun to use swear words when you are with your close friends, in a private environment, with people you have known for years. That is, as long as it does not reflect it on the outside. I mean, I also use swear words like this from time to time. I am careful around my close friends, but never in family environments. I mean, I use slang. Sometimes I say things like slang etc. But other than that, I try to be careful, especially in public environments. But if you use such profanity everywhere, you speak slang. Even with people who don't know you, with people you meet for the first time. Even if you talk like this, it will make other people think that you are a rude person. And people do not respect rude people, they tend to stay away from them. As I said, I do not find swearing completely objectionable, but it is only possible in a very special and small group, but apart from that, if you speak too much slang or swear words, be careful about this. Well, this does not make you look stronger, they are trying to do so. By the way, people who swear a lot feel like they will become more powerful and influential when they swear, but this is definitely not the case, it has the opposite effect, excessive swearing and excessive slang. In fact, it seems like I have good intentions, but then we get into trouble. There is a feature that is a problem. Excessive promises. You are meeting someone now. I will take care of your business. Call me. I will definitely be by your side. In fact, maybe you make too many promises that you cannot keep, and then they consider you to stand behind them. Especially when it comes to people you have just met, some of them are like this. In order to be respected like this in front of them, he can make big promises and then say things that he cannot deliver. For example, no matter what, this is a really damaging behavior. Hours later, I can make this promise to that person, but I shouldn't make any promises right now. You may be asking yourself to be a little bit more condescending. In fact, you are belittling someone. In my opinion, it is an effort to compensate for your worthlessness. Therefore, when you make fun of other people's beliefs, cultures, and values. But even if you are in a very strong position, people will not hear your words like this at that moment, but deep down they will be very sharp and your foot will start to kick the one you stumbled on. Therefore, you should not think like this. Maybe he believes something wrong for you. They may or may not suit you. If that person's views do not harm you, if they do not harm other people, you should never comment on these beliefs and opinions. You should never speak in such a judgmental manner. Everyone has a reason to believe in what they believe. That is, you cannot understand this. You cannot evaluate it by looking at your own world. You cannot make fun of people's choices. You may think that life choices, decisions, and such things make you look strong, but in fact, you may be giving material for anger to other people. Another thing that prevents us from being respected is being in the victim role. The logic of being in the victim role is that I am suffering and I cannot do anything about this suffering on my own. Please show attention to me, soothe me, I need your attention, your support, your compassion in some way. Of course, there may be times when we feel like this, it is natural. But if it becomes a habit, we are at a point where we have always fallen into the role of victimized victim in life. Well, look into your eyes like a kitten and take care of me. Please take care of me. If you think like well, this means that people can help you at that moment. Maybe they can help you a few times, but then they will move away from you and see you as inadequate. If you have a problem in your life, of course, we can get help from other people, but if he constantly stays in that, take care of me mode, begging, it prevents us from being respected. One of the behaviors that bothers me the most is showing off, that is, showing off. In fact, showing off is also an effort to compensate. I mean, I am worthless and I do not see myself as someone to be respected, so I exaggerate the things I am like. For example, you enter an environment with excessively theatrical behavior. Jumping into every word, thinking as if you know everything, acting as if you know everything, well, on the other hand, talking too much about what you wear and what you do, talking about yourself too much. Don't advertise yourself, it will come to light anyway, the good things you do will come to light, but if you are constantly trying to attract attention like this, if you are ostentatious, this is also a yes, people will come to that moment. Even if they seem to appreciate you, that is, even if they are not really gossipy people, when you get up from that table, they will say, what kind of a man or a woman is this? I advise you to pay attention to this as well. The last thing I want to say is to pretend to be a person you are not. In fact, I had a friend in Ankara, just like me. I was born in the center of the city, but my parents are primary school graduates and people who were born in the village, like him in another city. He also came from the village, graduated from high school and then started living in Ankara. One day, there was Facebook at that time, a friend of his from the village days posted his photo on Facebook and that was it. He was so angry. How could he share such a photo of us without my knowledge? It's a standard thing. By the way, it's not a photo that can be shared without permission. Well, it's a natural photo. His problem is that I don't want anyone to see me in the village environment. I don't think anyone will think I'm a villager. However, it happens like that, so you can be like that. But when you try to hide it, you become funnier. You sweat like this. It's like you sprayed perfume on yourself. Trying to act like a person you are not friends with, for whatever reason, is noticed by other people very quickly, and a rawness is sensed in you. At this point, I think it is very difficult to accept your existence in your life, your flaws, everything. It will be better, this is something that seems more self-confident. Well, there are abusive behaviors that you observe in other people. You can share this with us in the comments section. Thank you for listening to me. You are a beautiful person. Be good to yourself.